Here we go. Season's over. Mariners got shut out by the Dodgers. Just kidding. It's spring training. We had some fun stuff to talk about today, even though the Mariners only got 4 hits on offense. Got shut out by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Logan Gilbert got 11 whiffs. We're going to look at exactly what he did. Spoiler alert, pretty similar to last year, but very, very good results nonetheless. And there was yesterday was the offensive onslaught. The Mariners scored 14 runs. Today was the OBS onslaught. The Mariners used those OBS challenges up, won a couple of them, lost a couple of them, but it was a big day for the OBS, the biggest we've had so far. Welcome to the Dom Skiing Channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. And today, we don't have a whole lot of offense to talk about, but we're going to get right into it. So, beginning with... Actually, we're going to begin with Logan Gilbert. Let's do good news first. Good news is that Logan Gilbert only threw 32 pitches, got 11 whiffs. I'm sorry. I put that in the thumbnail. That is absolutely incorrect. It is actually 3 whiffs. I completely read that wrong. Anyway, we'll go ahead and fix that. But you get the idea. Logan Gilbert had a pretty good day. The pitches were moving. He was looking good. How did I think Logan Gilbert got 11 whiffs? Go ahead. Feel free to roast me in the chat. I must be cooked. Let's see. 3 whiffs. I mean, a case of the Mondays, right? Mariners definitely had a case of the Mondays today. You look at the results, not exactly what you want to see, but it's fun to see us play the Dodgers. I mean, this is a team that we could be facing off against in the World Series. Spoiler alert, this is probably my World Series prediction, is Mariners-Dodgers. Logan Gilbert, 3 whiffs. We have changed that, and we're going to change that here too. But if you got questions, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to get into the hitting side of things, but going to go over Logan Gilbert and exactly why his pitches are similar to last year, if there's anything different. And anyway, getting into it, what we've got on the pitching side. Logan Gilbert, velocity on the fastball, basically in line with last year, actually a tiny bit up. Slider velocity, tiny bit up. Curveball velocity, tiny bit down. Splitter velocity, tiny bit up. Sinker velocity, tiny bit down. But again, this stuff is all very, very fluky. It's based on, half dozen pitch sample sizes or less. Take it all with a grain of salt or more. Getting the reps in is more important than the results. And Logan Gilbert does get the 3 whiffs on 32 pitches, with 1 each coming on the slider, curveball, splitter. So the breaking balls for Logan Gilbert, getting a whiff on each of those. First one of 2026 on the slider, the curveball, the splitter. Some fun stuff there. And then forcing fastball ends up at 38%. Pitch mix is basically exactly what it was last year. As close to being in line with it as you could possibly have in a 32-pitch sample size. The fastball is still getting tons of rise. 18 inches of induced vertical break today. The horizontal break on the fastball is just 3 inches, whereas last year the average was 9 for the year. So that's maybe a little bit of a change. Do we expect that to continue? No. Just 12 fastballs thrown in this one. So we know that that's going to even out as he throws hundreds and hundreds of fastballs over the course of the year. Carlos Vargas also only goes in for 7 pitches, gets himself a swinging strike on a sinker. His velocity is a little bit up as well, within 1 mile an hour, right? So nothing that is nothing outside of the range, the margin of kind of what you'd expect. But nonetheless, Carlos Vargas looking good, and he had a nice little 1-2-3 inning. That was the first of the Emerson and Young double plays. Colt Emerson, Cole Young turning double plays together. Love to see that. And they look pretty good. Colt Emerson also, probably one of the biggest plays of the day. He had this heads-up play where he on purpose drops a line drive that comes straight at him, catches it in his glove and tries to drop it on the ground so that he can go and get the double play. by firing it to second base and trying to turn two. But the umpires say, no, you caught it. It's out. It is what it is. You're just getting the one out. It is good to see Colt being so heady, to use the word that Brady Farkas used. Shout out to him. It was a heady play from Colt Emerson. Good to see. And Jose Ferrer goes in. So it's funny. Jose Ferrer, right, gives up a couple of runs. Not what you'd like to see. The sinker's getting mashed, is what you might say. 93.9 average exit velocity on the sinker. But you also look at the sinker, and he threw 13 of them and got 2 swinging strikes. That's a really good rate. So if he can get to, if he can keep that swinging strike rate that high, then you definitely are going to be liking what you're getting from Jose Ferrer. Simply like they connected with his sinker. Yes. Do I expect that to continue? No. Am I biased towards Jose Ferrer anyway? Yes, I think that he's good. I watch him, and my eyes tell me that this is a good pitcher. Do I think the Moneyball math changes based on 19 pitches in Camelback Ranch? No. I don't think that 19 pitches at the Dodgers spring training stadium is going to tell us anything meaningful about Jose Ferrer. And the velocity was actually down a little bit on each of his pitches. Maybe his breakfast didn't agree with his stomach. Maybe it's a case of the Mondays for Jose Ferrer. Or maybe we're just getting an extremely small sample size and we should completely throw it out the window. Maybe we should take it way too much into account. Who knows? Maybe Jose Ferrer is not as good as I think he is, and the Mariners thought he was when they traded Harry Ford for him. But I don't think that's the case. I think the guy looks good, and he gets 2 whiffs on the 13 sinkers, as well as 1 on 3 changeups. The fact that he's even using the slider and the changeup a little bit more, 3 of each of those, I think might be the thing throwing him off. Dude was throwing 70? He was throwing 62% sinkers last year. Now he threw, just throwing a couple sliders and changeups for him. Not something maybe that he's as used to. So Jose Ferrer probably going to be fine. If you want a really in-depth analysis, I mean, everything looks the same for him. The RPMs on his breaking balls are within the range of error, less than 100 rotations per minute. Very, very fluky stuff, and then the sinker within 23 RPMs. I'm out here analyzing how much Jose Ferrer's pitches were spinning, not based on the eye test, but based on the spin rate on Baseball Savant. This probably isn't the best analysis you've ever heard, but anyway, Jose Ferrer probably going to be fine. Not what you wanted to see in terms of results today, but I don't know. His pitches move interesting too. They don't look like his sinker. You'd think that it would look more like Carlos Vargas based on the velocity, based on how hard he throws it, and based on how good it is. But it doesn't look like Carlos Vargas's. And Vargas's actually spins a tiny bit more, but it's not enough to where you could say it's a meaningful difference. Vargas's spins as of today, right, 2,204 RPMs, and then Ferrer 2,097. Anyway, Ferrer's doesn't look like it's moving as much, but maybe that's what makes it deceptive. It's the fact that he has, he has a little bit more horizontal break actually, and a tiny bit less today, but more last year by 1 inch in terms of the induced vertical break on the sinker. Then Jason Refcorn comes in, throws 9 pitches, gets a whiff. Nothing too much to talk about there. Yosver Zulueta, a guy who we could be seeing in the bullpen this year. I know some people, Mariner Mojo, have talked about this is a guy who could, even make the opening day bullpen. I don't think that's possible because I think it's basically guaranteed to be Vargas, Legumina, and Criswell at the end of it. But Zulueta could definitely get in there at some point. I mean, health is always going to be a factor, especially in today's MLB. And he gets 3 swinging strikes on 11 pitches. So, he is getting quite a few whiffs for just 11 pitches and 2 on 4 sinkers. So that's pretty interesting. Throwing at 96.5 miles an hour and then throwing the fastball 96.7 miles an hour, not getting any whiffs on 3 of them. And then a whiff on 4 sliders as well, which he's throwing 86.4 miles an hour. So the dude has some application. If you're here, let me know if that is a problem. That looks like it was just a little blip. Anyway, Gabe Mosser, using 6 different pitches on his 34 total pitches. 6 swinging strikes there on the 34. You've got 3 of those swinging strikes coming on 11 sinkers. So maybe Gabe Mosser has an interesting sinker here for us to look at. Doesn't have any velocity to speak of. His fastballs are barely at 91. All of his other breaking balls and stuff are in the 80s. But sinker, cutter, curveball, knuckleball, slider, four seam. Okay, so StatCast has this guy throwing a knuckleball, throwing 4 knuckleballs. If Gabe Mosser is actually throwing 4 knuckleballs, I mean, that is fascinating. Probably a knuckle curve, but StatCast would have it as a knuckle curve if it was a knuckle curve. So, I mean, do we have a knuckleballer chat in Gabe Mosser? That would be pretty fun. He even gets a whiff on one of those 4 knuckleballs. Gets 2 whiffs on 11 cutters, and then, like I said, 3 on 11 sinkers. Not a whole lot of velocity, but if you know the meme I'm talking about. You probably do. The Jesse saying, he can't keep getting away with this. That's the Dodgers having 1 run allowed over the first 36 innings of spring training after going back-to-back winning the World Series. I mean, that is just... Obviously, it's the Cactus League. It is the spring training, so the results don't matter as much. But, the Dodgers aren't allowing any runs even in the Cactus League. It's like, what are we supposed to do here? And shout out to their scouting department. I know the Dodgers scouting department is just unreal. And I think you kind of saw that today. This was almost a game that makes you want to go back and watch it. Because you look at, you want to go back and watch some of the stuff the Dodgers were doing to shut out the Mariners. I know, the players, you just getting new players in there all the time. Not the craziest game in terms of, you care what the results are. But, I'm kind of at a loss for words, honestly. You can probably tell. I'm like, the Dodgers scouted this game really well. I don't know what they did, and what they've done to allow 1 run over 36 Cactus League innings so far. But something with their pitching, and something with the way they're scouting opposing hitters. I mean, it was impressive in the World Series too against the Blue Jays. So definitely. Okay, we got to see what's going on with the stream apparently. At the plate to prevent a run from scoring, gets out of the inning with an awesome OBS challenge. And then the next inning, he's feeling himself at the plate, and he challenges on OBS again from the batter side this time on offense. Dodgers was 48% on the day. Mariners winning 2 OBS challenges and losing 1. And and then the Dodgers challenged twice, and they lost 1 and won 1. Anyway, that's going to do it for